What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes. And in today's video, I want to go over 3 tweets. Yep, I said it. 3 tweets. I am a huge proponent of Twitter, especially for the crypto space. You get a lot of great information. I know many of you probably shy away from it or don't like it. I was one of them. But it's actually such a great place for the crypto community. But I want to dive into 3 tweets here that are really going to point to the significance of Bitcoin, who is the leader of the market, the king of the jungle. As Bitcoin goes, the rest goes. So let's get right into it. First one here is from an influencer named Crypto Jack. And he states that 5 years ago, Bitcoin was at $1,000. So think about that, $1,000. I mean, we're sitting at around maybe just under 43,000, 41, 42, somewhere in there. That's crazy return from 1,000 to 42,000 in 5 years. You'd be hard pressed to find anything that's going to result in that same return on investment. So just from a price standpoint, because I know everyone, or a majority of maybe you, but definitely the masses, focus on price action. It's always price, price, price. And I've been there and I was there. And don't get me wrong, as the price fluctuates, it affects me too, to a certain degree, but much less than before because of fundamentals. So I wanted to really hit on the price first. Let's look at the price. 5 years ago, 1,000. Today, about 42, 43,000 US. Somewhere in there, USD. Quite a nice return, right? So as much as you may hear negative headlines or negative outcomes or just negativity in general around Bitcoin and the crypto markets, you got to zoom out. I've said that before and I'll continue to say it. You have to zoom out. So that's tweet number 1. Tweet number 2 is from an influencer named Lark Davis. And I found this very interesting. So in 2024, if you can read here, in 2024, there will only be 450 new Bitcoin a day. In 2028, only 225. In 2032, only 112.5. Right? And so he goes on to say, and yet demand just keeps on rising year over year while new supply keeps falling. Okay? And he says, yeah, I'm holding for the long term. So think about that. So we're looking at 450 new Bitcoin, 225 in 2028, and in 2032, 112.5. So a really, really significant dent in the new supply of Bitcoin moving forward, right? We've already mined around, I would say 90% of the supply. I believe there's maybe 2.1 million Bitcoin left for the next 118 years or something like that, around there. So while we look at the markets now and things are very easy to buy and sell, right? You can jump in anywhere and there's always some Bitcoin available, whether you want to buy or sell. At some point in time as we move forward, that's going to change. And while you may be able to buy some, it'll be at significantly higher prices and no one's going to be selling, or very few, right? And then we're going to hit that critical point, is anyone selling at all? And so it's always interesting to kind of read these types of stats and look forward. Myself included, all of us tend to look either in the present state or, more often than not in the past. And we just think how things were, they're always going to continue to be. And this right here, this stat right here will show you that that's not going to be the case going forward. The demand is only increasing and the supply is decreasing. The supply of a new Bitcoin is decreasing. And Andreas Antonopoulos made that, he made an analogy of you're just taking your foot off the gas in terms of mining new Bitcoin. And so at some point in time when you're taking your foot off the accelerator, it's going to come to a stop. So it's not like you are pressing the brake or doing anything else. You're just kind of taking your foot off the accelerator. So same thing here. You can see that the number of Bitcoin that's mined year over year drastically changes as we progress into the future. So this, again, so you look at, we talked about tweet number 1 being price point. What do you think is going to happen when the supply continues to fall and hits a point where all the big wigs are in, all the big boys are in, big money's in, smart money as they like to call it, and are scooping up all the Bitcoin, and we're not making more or significantly less than we used to? What's going to happen with the price 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, right? Think about that. And last one here, I think this one was super key, is from an influencer named Natalie Brunell. she's great, and a lot of great content, a lot of great interviews she does, and all the attention she's been getting is well deserved. So it's great. And here's a quote from here, and I want to play this. It's even here in the tweet, but I'm going to play this time with some volume. Hopefully you guys can hear it.
And I thought that's the most challenging, and on the other hand, the most interesting work.
All right, let's go.
54% of the global population live in countries with autocratic or authoritarian rulers, and they are the ones who need Bitcoin the most. And I thought that's the most challenging, and on the other hand, the most interesting work to contribute. Because people in Austria and Germany, they are very often dismissing Bitcoin. So we don't need it. Let's ban it. We don't. It's of no use to us. And I think these are the best use cases to showcase the power of Bitcoin. 54% of the global.
So, just to recap there, this is the quote: 54% of the global population live in countries with autocratic or authoritarian rulers, and they are the ones who need Bitcoin the most. So here's what I want to say on that. And I think a lot of the debates I have with, people around me, US, Canada, any first world countries, put it that way. The debate it's so easy to shrug it off and be like, excuse me, and be like, you don't need Bitcoin. Wow, who's going to pay with Bitcoin? What's the use of Bitcoin? We have gold and all that kind of stuff. But what we forget is a vast majority of the population of this world do not live in the same conditions that we do. And I think that's where the biggest gap in understanding the power of Bitcoin, power of crypto, but specifically Bitcoin, is you're able to get out of that, right? Out from under that rule, the thumb that's being pressed down on you in some form or fashion. And what is the most significant way, the easiest way to control anybody? Yes, it's information, but financially. And those two kind of go hand in hand. So now when you've got an asset class that is independent of those who are ruling you, you're on a level playing field. You get access to things that you never would have thought in your wildest dreams, and no one in your lineage has probably ever had access to. So this is where I think the gap comes for those of us who are fortunate enough to live in the countries that we do, that don't face that type of, dictatorship or authoritarian rule. We have the freedom to debate and to, the word I like is pontificate, right? We have the ability to just talk about things that we have the option to pick yes or no. There's a lot of people, like she mentioned, 54% in this country or in this world, who don't even have an option. They're told what to do, how to do it, why to do it. Even if they don't know why or don't agree with it, they still have to do it. Bitcoin gives them an option. And I want to leave on that, because that is the crux of the whole thing right here. The whole system, our current system is broken. And this offers a solution for everyone, whether you like their opinion, don't like their opinion, doesn't matter. It's for everyone. And so that's the take home I want to leave with right now. Guys, I hope you found value in this video. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Remember, tomorrow never comes, and I'll see you guys in the next one.